What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our playoff quarterfinals team builder. For the second season in a row, we are taking on my good friend Daniel and the Seattle Staraptors in the first round. Although he has a much better record this season than he did last season, and I think that he's a legitimate threat to knock me out of the first round. Not that he wasn't last season, in fact, he almost did, but I did take him a lot less seriously last season, and it almost cost me in that game. So let's run through his team then. It's different since we last played him. We played him in week 2, and he made a lot of changes. So he has Zygarde 50%, Mimikyu, Metagross, Politoed, Ditto, Xatu, Mega Swampert, Jolteon, Volcanion, Scolipede, and Rotom Frost. Priority options in Zygarde 50% with Extreme Speed, Mimikyu with Shadow Sneak, and Metagross with Bullet Punch. Hazard setting options in Metagross with Stealth Rock, Mega Swampert with Stealth Rock, Scolipede with Spikes and Toxic Spikes. Removal options in Xatu with Defog / Magic Bounce, Volcanion with Defog, and Rotom Frost with Defog. And 4-time weaknesses in Zygarde to Ice and Mega Swampert to Grass. I think just based on the team composition I brought last time that his rain is not going to come. Although, for reference, last time he brought Mimikyu, Metagross, Politoed, Ditto, Mega Swampert, and Simisear, and I 6-0'd him. I think in place of that, he's going to bring Volcanion for sure, which is a big threat against my team. I think Scolipede is likely to come. I don't really see Rotom Frost coming. I really just can't see Rotom Frost coming against my team. Despite me having the Hail, it just doesn't do enough. Politoed seems really bad against me. Last time he didn't bring Zygarde. I prepped pretty hard for Zygarde. I'm assuming he's not going to bring it again, though. Mimikyu and Metagross are issues, but I feel like he might opt to also go with the Jolteon pick over either Mimikyu or Metagross, and Xatu is a big worry for me. Ditto is like 100% coming against me because of... pardon me. Because of all my setup. On my team. Pretty much anything on my team can set up, except for Stunfisk and Rotom Heat. So I do think that the Ditto will come for that there. First up is Mew. And this is like a lead Mew that's meant to break his team, and that's its only job, is to break his team. If I can break one wall with this, then I'm fine. If I can kill a couple things, then it's going to be really good. So we're Double Dance Mew with Rock Polish, Nasty Plot, Psychic, and Roost. A lot of bulk on here too, so I can live a bunch of hits. Psyche MZ just hits a lot of stuff really hard. I can't blow the Z move until he switches in Mimikyu, because I don't want to blow a Z move on Disguise. That would really suck. Or I can blow a Z move on his Ditto if he tries to switch it in and copy me. Also thinking that I might use it on Metagross or Volcanion, basically something that can eat the special hit when I'm at +2, because basically a lot of stuff can't. Even Xatu is going to be struggling to eat the hit at +2, but I feel like Metagross is going to have a little bit better of a time with that if it's Assault Vest. Otherwise, I might just be able to win with this, depending. Yeah, I've got the recovery option there, so it's maybe a little bit likely. And depending on what he goes into, I can just keep boosting. So, almost max HP, running 40 in defense with Bold. I'm actually running like a random amount of special attack and defense there. I didn't really feel like max special attack was necessary considering I have Nasty Plot, so I just threw EVs in there. Oh god, pardon me. Threw EVs in there after I did some speed creeping. We're outrunning Scolipede at +1 after Rock Polish, which will also outspeed Zygarde if it Dragon Dances on us while we Rock Polish. And we're definitely outspeeding Mega Swampert in Rain with the speed investment, and we're also outspeeding Metagross after a Rock Polish or Agility with this investment as well. So that's pretty cool. I actually think that we're outspeeding Jolteon. Yeah, no, we'll naturally outspeed Jolteon, but we won't outspeed like Quick Feed Jolteon or Scarf Jolteon with this investment. So that's Mew. Again, it's my lead. Meant to just punch a huge hole in his team. Last time I actually brought Life Orb 3-attack Mew, and it didn't even see the field. So there you go, from what I remember at least. Next up is Rebar, Kommo-o. We're bringing about the same set that I brought last time, if I'm being honest, with Rocks, Dragon Pulse, Earthquake, and Roar. Rocks are even more important against his team now that he's got Volcanion, although I'm scared of the Xatu coming in on Rocks, obviously, so I've got the Dragon Pulse there for that. Dragon Pulse is safe damage against the Zygarde. Safe damage against everything not named Mimikyu, and Mimikyu doesn't want to eat an Earthquake, so there you go. Also, I can roar the Mimikyu out, but he does threaten me a little bit with the Play Rough. I don't have the best Mimikyu answers, if I'm being honest, and I actually just don't have great Mimikyu answers on my entire team. So, unless I wanted to bring Stunfisk, then I'm hooped, which means I'm hooped, essentially. Roar is also there for the Zygarde and the Metagross. Excuse me, and the Scolipede. This is essentially my Scolipede answer every single time if he brings in Scolipede. This hard wall Scolipede, it can also wall the Mega Swampert really well, and a physical Volcanion gets walled by this too. Max HP, enough defense to live some form of hit. Oh, I'm not getting 2-hit KO'd by Ice Punch from Mega Swampert with this investment. That's what it's there for. And then the rest is in special attack for Dragon Pulse. I don't want to lower my defenses, so I lowered my speed instead. I debated between Bulletproof and Overcoat, and I ended up going with Bulletproof because of Shadow Ball, which he might pack for the Mew, and I don't really care too much about taking the hail damage because I got leftovers. We're bringing Superior, Subseed Superior. I brought Scarf Superior last time, I think, but we're Subseed with Leaf Storm and Hidden Power Ghost, which is fun. Leaf Storm is the only move I can run besides HP Ice that'll break a Zygarde sub, and this Serp's main job this week is to take on the Zygarde really well. It's also a Jolteon Sponge if I need it to be, Politoed Sponge if I need it to be. Oh god, pardon me. I'm sorry, it's just been a long day at work, and I'm very tired apparently. This can also eat hits from the Mimikyu really well, so yeah. Subseed's the main strat here, but Leaf Storm for boosting, and then Hidden Power Ghost is there to hit the Xatu, the Metagross, and the Mimikyu, specifically the Xatu and the Metagross, because I think they're really good switch-ins to my Serp, which he doesn't really have on his team besides those two, so Hidden Power Ghost is going to cover both of them. Running enough speed on here to outrun Scolipede, and then the rest is in HP. I've EV'd this to be able to 3-hit KO with neutral Hidden Power Ghost against max HP Xatu, so that's what the special attack investment's there for. Sorry, 3-hit KO 50% of the time. 50% of the time we're 3-hit KOing Xatu with a Hidden Power Ghost. Scarfalil and Ninetales, this is a solid strat against him. I'm also not running anything to hit myself with necessarily. If his Ditto wants to copy me late game, Freeze Dry just bodies most of his team. His only Freeze Dry switch in is Metagross, essentially. Rotom Frost doesn't really count. Aurora Veil in case I can get it up. Hidden Power Fire to hit the Metagross, and Blizzard for strong damage, strong neutral damage when Freeze Dry is worthless. Goodness gracious, pardon me. Running enough speed to outrun Mimikyu, which is a lot less than I had to last time because he had Simisear and Slacking, which he dropped, so his speed tiers got a little bit worse. Max special attack, a little bit of HP. Melodic, bringing a Flame Orb Melodic. It's actually a mixed defensive Melodic, and I get really annoyed whenever Dom does these sets, but this does have a purpose. I did EV this specifically to eat a certain hit, so I'm living a Mimikyu Woodhammer with this defensive investment, and it also is able to sit in on Metagross. This is also my main Volcanion answer, so I've got to watch out for that, but that's what Toxic is there for, is for the Volcanion. I could be also running Hidden Power Electric, but I felt the Toxic was a better option against things like Politoed. Scald is just really good neutral damage against his team, Recover for the recovery, and Ice Beam is there for the Zygarde, essentially. If he doesn't bring Zygarde, then I'm gonna really regret not having Hidden Power Electric over Ice Beam. Last but not least is Thanos. We're bringing our Mega Pinsir with Mold Breaker because if I can stay in regular form, then I'm gonna Mold Breaker Earthquake the Mimikyu hopefully, and potentially be able to either kill it or deal a lot of damage after it's taken some damage. That's the only purpose that Mold Breaker really has this week, besides getting up rocks on a Magic Bound Xatu. That would be the only other way that I could see that coming into play. I am really scared of him bringing screens against me, and I don't have a great way to deal with that. And actually, do you get Brick Break? You do get Brick Break. I'm actually going to put Brick Break over Earthquake because I'm scared of screens from him. And the only reason I had Earthquake on there is to hit the Metagross harder. I actually wasn't hitting Rotom Frost that well anyways, so Brick Break is going to hit the Rotom Frost super effectively, and it's going to get rid of his screens if he has them. So I'm actually okay with swapping out Brick Break or Earthquake for Brick Break. Frustration is there in case he wants to copy me with Ditto, then he's screwed because he probably will have max happiness and not think about running min happiness for a frustration Mega Pinsir. I also have sub there in case the Ditto does want to copy me. Then he can't switch in on me with my sub up. He has to sack something else, then go into Ditto after he's broken my sub. Enough speed on here for the Mimikyu when I'm in Mega Form, and then max attack, a little bit of HP investment. So that is the team, and we're going to take on Daniel in the first round of the playoffs. Everybody has picked me to win this first round in the pick'ems, so I have a lot of pressure on me this match, and yeah, that's just, it doesn't bode well necessarily, but hopefully we can make as deep of a playoff run as we did last season and maybe pull home the championship this season, guys. So that's going to be for me, and I will catch you guys for the match.